Pregnant teen confronts boyfriend about abandoning her, and his reply leaves her in tears. Teenage pregnancy worries many people. On top of the challenges that all expecting mothers experience, underage parents may face a host of additional problems. This can be anything from financial hardship to a lack of maturity, and the consequences of living in a society that often frowns upon teen pregnancy. So when a then 17-year-old from Canada found out she was pregnant in 2013, the adults in her life told her to expect the worst. Still, even they weren't prepared for what happened once the baby was born. At the tender age of 17, Caitlin Flanagan thought she was deeply in love with her boyfriend Noah. The two met at their high school in Abbotsford, British Columbia. Then one fateful day, Caitlin suddenly discovered she was unexpectedly pregnant. Her life began to change drastically, as did her relationship with her young boyfriend. As one would imagine for an expecting teen mother, Caitlin's situation was a frightening prospect. Worse yet, the adults in her life didn't exactly make things easy for her as she grappled with the fear that she and Noah might be in over their heads. Besides making Caitlin feel guilty and ashamed for getting pregnant at such a relatively young age, these adults cautioned her that Noah would abandon her and the baby. They insisted that she'd be forced to raise her child as a single mother. Caitlin took these warnings to heart. She became convinced that Noah would do exactly what she'd been warned about, leave her and her unborn child when things got too complicated. Caitlin decided to confront Noah. She was already furious at the thought that he might back out of this commitment. She had a good reason to worry too. Statistics showed that only 20% of teen fathers went on to marry the mother of their child. Caitlin was concerned about these odds. During their heated conversation, Noah said a thing Caitlin would never forget. "I guess you'll have to wait and see and I'll show you." When their daughter Ariana was born on April 28, 2013, everything in Caitlin's life changed. Noah surprised Caitlin completely. From that moment onward, he took it upon himself to be involved in their little girl's life as much as possible, and his commitment didn't stop there. Not only did Noah remain in his relationship with Caitlin, but he proposed to her. This was the ultimate sign he was committed no matter what. Soon after, the two were getting ready to walk down the aisle as a married couple. So much for being a teen pregnancy statistic. Several years later, Noah and Caitlin were still together, but that didn't mean it was always sunshine and roses for the young family. Caitlin took to Twitter recently to reflect on the journey she'd taken with Noah and the struggle she still faced. "My husband was only 17 when I got pregnant with our daughter, and I was told to expect him to leave," she began. Despite the difficulties of navigating life as young parents, Caitlin remains impressed. 4 years ago, when I asked him how he would be different from any other teen dad, he said, "I guess you'll have to wait and see so I can show you," she recalled. He definitely did. Because Caitlin suffered from severe anxiety, some days were a struggle for her. Still, she and Noah worked together to overcome it. The fact that Noah continued to be a supportive husband to her and a doting father to Ariana was all that she could ask of her partner. Despite their challenges, the young couple matured a great deal and their family grew. A few years after giving birth to their daughter, they welcomed a healthy baby boy named Jack into their lives. While not every young parent can expect to have a story as heartwarming as Caitlin and Noah's, this family proved that life can turn out well even when the odds are stacked against you. Even with a new little one in their lives, Noah remained as committed to Ariana as ever. For example, "Every month this year, my husband has taken our daughter out on dates," Caitlin wrote. It was also a fun bonding experience for the young father and his daughter. "He brings her home flowers, helps her pick out a dress, and takes her out to split a dessert with him," Caitlin continued. "It's become a tradition." No matter what those around her may have expected when Caitlin discovered she was pregnant, there was no question Ariana and Jack were lucky to have such special parents. It was actually quite remarkable how much things changed in just a few years between the beginning of Caitlin and Noah's romance compared to their life with two beautiful children. This little family may not have begun in a way that traditionalists would call normal, but they were determined to push through and make it all work. Here's hoping that things continue working out for them.